What's going on? CryptoClover, I've done an update. I've been kind of busy with moving. For those of you guys who have been following me before, I was in the process of getting rid of some of my things in the States, selling my boat, taking care of some things there. I've been busy with, taxes and whatnot for those of you guys who kind of following the stream after the fact. So that's a little bit of what I've been up to. Been here in Vietnam. I'm back in Vietnam here and looking to set up here, and that's kind of what I've been focused on lately. And so I have kind of taken a little bit of a break from doing market updates, but I want to get back into doing daily videos, and so I want to be getting more into that again and giving you guys some more. I've got a ton of video that I'm actually I've got my computer set up here, so I've got I brought this over from the States. This is much easier for me to do video editing on, and I've got a bunch of video that I want to do. A few videos and start getting those out. So I'm getting my setup a little bit more kind of the way I like it. I don't really have some desks. I'm looking at basically getting some desks and some things set up. So that is kind of my plan here in the near future. And I want to do a little bit more crypto videos, doing more market updates, doing a little bit of reviews of different projects. I've been doing a little bit of research, but I want to get a little bit more into it. But big red day today, so let's take a look at kind of what's going on in the markets. So you can see here, Bitcoin is way down today, below 7,000. We were seeing it about 8,000 the other day. And so I want to take a look at just at least kind of what we're seeing as far as opportunity, changing this to Bitcoin, and you can see at least some of the bigger movers today. So this XPA is a new one, but Tether has been the big one today. If we're taking a look at some of the volumes, you can see here with Binance, it's been pretty much in all of the major exchanges. It's been Bitcoin to USD to Tether to those have been the top pairs being traded right now in the major exchanges. You can see this Storm one's kind of interesting. It's been trending in Korea, so that's one I was seeing the other day. It's kind of been on my radar, and you can kind of see a little bit. The volumes are just way down. The market cap as a whole down to 255. Bitcoin dominance is way up. Let's take a look at what we're seeing as far as Bitcoin dominance here. Let's just take a look at the last month or so. Let's take a look. Let's see if I can get this set up for you guys. Yeah, you can see that Bitcoin trading volumes have really taken off while the altcoins have taken a hit. Pretty much we've seen Ethereum really coming down, and you're seeing the white line here. All of the other altcoins have taken off a little bit, but yeah, it's let's take a look at the currency pairs, and so Bitcoin dominance is up. Tether, so Ethereum at 12%, EOS 4%, Ripple's been trading quite a bit. It's down. Prices have been way down in Ripple. Tron, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Storm, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, has been one that's been trending a little bit lately. So yeah, that is just a little bit of an overview of the markets. I wanted to basically check in and see if you guys had any things you kind of wanted me to take a look at. I'm going to be getting back into going over the kind of the different categories of altcoins. So for instance, the inverse market cap coins, the kind of mid-market coins, and the top market cap coins. I'm going to do some overviews on that. I've got some video on some of the blockchain event that I still am looking to put out. Like there was a really interesting talk by one of the lawyers that is kind of here in Vietnam and is kind of advising some people. And so I think there's some interesting elements as Bitcoin, transacting in Bitcoin and doing business in Bitcoin is illegal here currently in Vietnam, but they are open to some different projects. So it makes it a kind of an interesting dynamic in terms of research and development, and that's an area I'm going to be exploring. But thoughts on Binance moving? I think it's, they are, Binance for the last 6 to 8 months is really just it's come on the scene and it's really taken over. There was a Binance speaker that came to the Vietnam blockchain event, and I think that was one of the better presentations. I don't really have a whole lot of video on that, unfortunately, but the presentation that was given from the Binance representative and kind of the direction that they're going. I think that they are right now a little bit of a trend center. I think that they've proven themselves to be one of the major exchanges that you're seeing, a lot of trust in the system. They've had some IT issues where, there was the whole McAfee kind of criticism Binance was having when their exchange was down. They recovered from that pretty well. I think they're a really trusted platform, and looks like they want to get into fiat currencies. And I think that's the big reason for the move. I think there's, some different advantages to setting up in some of these different countries, and I think that's why we're seeing this move at this time. And so I think it's good. Like, I think it's going to be something that you might start to see other exchanges kind of fall in line and maybe copy some of the things that we're seeing from some of the top players in the market. Now, in the description below, I've put all of the different exchanges, and so I think it's important not to have a substantial amount of your trading portfolio in one particular exchange. There's heavy into one exchange. Binance would be a good example. So there's all these different exchanges that you can get into, and I think it's good to diversify just on the off chance that there might be an issue when if there was a breach or a hack or something that could impact it. It's just going to be much better to diversify. That's what I'm recommending for people that have been following me. I think that putting like a Bitcoin, if you can afford it, into each of the different exchanges. And there's also advantages if we're looking at some of the coins that I've been recommending with kind of what I've been seeing in the market. Some of the exchanges are going to offer better prices than others, and that's going to offer some arbitrage opportunities. It's going to offer some different advantages to get in at a good price point on different coins. So so definitely check those out. When will the massacre end? It's a good point. Like there's market is just I think what we're going to see is right now, I think historically the markets tend to get kind of hit in this kind of early springtime. I think in May, June, July, we're going to start to see things pick up quite a bit. That's at least what I'm anticipating. I think that, again, what I've been pretty much recommending for a lot of the people that have been following me is diversification, getting into a lot of different coins, getting into a lot of different projects, getting into a lot of different exchanges, and just kind of riding this out, as prices return, as you see kind of activity coming back. I think that these times will pass. So I'm not too worried about it right now. I don't, this is kind of a time that you're not really going to want to, I guess make any large purchases where you're using crypto as your main asset. Appreciate that, Alberto. Crypto Don, Sa Wong. And let you know I'm here in Vietnam. Didn't think it would go under 7K. Yeah, I've been hearing a couple of people talking about they were pretty bearish on it, in terms of, where they were, when we were seeing 8,000. I mean, I was hearing some people thinking that, it could go as low as 5,000. I haven't been as into, recently, kind of looking into things like technical analysis, things, I've just kind of been looking at a different personalities, kind of seeing where they're anticipating the market's going to go here. But for the most part, like what I like to do is really just get as diversified as I can, because that tends to help with these huge price swings and getting into good projects, solid projects. And I think that's where we're seeing the market right now. Would you move to BTC, to LTC, or Ethereum? Let's do a little comparison. Terms. Oops. I'll take a look at kind of the performance of these over the last week or so. Ethereum has really been hit pretty hard lately. Here, let's take a look at. So this is Ethereum, really peaking in price as early January 11th or so was when we saw the peak in its USD price, and we've seen it really just fall off. I mean, it's come down from, basically at about 1377, and it's down to, below 400. So it's really collapsed in its price. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin tends to be a little bit more stable. Let's zoom in a little bit. As you can see here, it's been a little bit more of a solid sideways market for the most part. Not a whole lot of, seems to be a little bit more of a safer bet. If you've been following my streams, I'm not the biggest fan of Ethereum. I think that there's better projects based on some of the Ethereum-based coins and projects that I would rather invest in over Ethereum. So the way that I'm looking at the market right now, if you were to, I'm seeing that, this might be a good time to get into Bitcoin and hold if you're talking about, transacting in fiat, or you're just looking at the fiat value. But Litecoin is going to be, I think your most conservative bet. And again, Ethereum has really collapsed. But let's take a look at the markets. Let's see kind of where it's trading. Bitfinex, GDAX, Binance, a few of the foreign exchanges. Pretty good market distribution. No more than 10% in any particular market. Here we're seeing a little more consolidation with Litecoin in GDAX and OKEX. But the volumes are not quite as high as what we're seeing in Ethereum. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Right now, Bitfinex, Binance, OKEX, it's pretty much transacting in Tether. A lot of people just pulling out based on some of the news that we've seen recently. Twitter banning ads. But if my recommendation has really been to get into more of the smaller market cap coins, so the inverse market cap coins. And as I'm going to get back into doing these daily updates and whatnot. But my recommendations have always been in this category right here, in the 80 and below. So these are ones that I always have been wanting to keep an eye on. And right now, a lot of them are in the red. Pretty much every single one is in the red. This Mithril, which has been a new one, has been one that's really taken a hit today. I like Dent. I like the aspect of kind of getting into the cell phone cellular market, and Dent seems to be one of the top ones that is kind of breaking into that market. Um, and if what I'm going to end up doing is taking a little bit of an overview of like say like 80 through 100 and giving my top 5 recommendations based on just kind of looking at an overview right now. I like Dent. I like Made Safe as a privacy coin. This Enigma, I've done pretty well with Enigma in the past. And NXT and Request Network were ones that have been doing well at times, but yeah, I'm going to be doing a little bit more in-depth analysis on that. I just need some time to kind of do a little more research. Tron TRX, yeah, it's a little bit of a larger market cap coin. It's been trading pretty heavily in Asia, and that's, I think, I like to see the volumes. Let's take a look at Tron real quick. Right now in the 11th position at about 4 cents. But one of the things I really like is when we're taking a look at the volumes have been pretty high, 37% in Binance, up a bit, Huobi, there's been a few others, OKEX, so we're seeing it traded a little bit more in Asia. I like the project too. They seem to be a little bit more transparent. If you take a look at their website, you can get a little bit more information on this project, the development team, and that was one of the things that there's a little bit more information or some faces behind the project. You can see that this was one that seems to be one that's headed in the right direction. So I like it. But as far as the market here, let's take a look at the charts. We saw a huge peak with a lot of these kind of smaller altcoins in the early January timeframe, and things have really been leveling off. Good time to get in at a good price on some of these, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm seeing things. So I'm gonna, when I'm doing these updates, I'm gonna be doing 20-30 minutes. I'm gonna try to do a live stream daily from now on, getting back into things and give you guys a little bit of insights. This seems to be a good time to get on, and I'm getting my setup here a little bit better. Our BCC and BCCX decks dead. I am still holding out a little bit of hope that I'm going to hear something, but as far as like information, I haven't been in communication really with anyone behind the scenes. I've been trying to message a few people to get a little bit of information. I've been in contact with some of the national promoters. They haven't heard anything, so it's been unfortunately hasn't been a whole lot of good news. The BCCX, the exchange, should be launching here pretty soon. At least that was the initial plan, was that they were going to be launching in April. A lot of people have been asking my opinion on the exchange itself, and I'm not very optimistic right now, just because of all the negative media and press that we've seen. I think that they've lost a lot of trust in the platform, and so it's not one that I'm recommending right now. I want to wait and see kind of what happens, and hopefully that we might hear a little bit more information, because some of the things that were happening with the platform just don't make a whole lot of sense, and I think I'm still trying to see if I can get some more information behind what's going on behind the system, but that's about all I know. I've been trying to get some info from some of the people that have been involved, and I'm not getting anything. And I think that there's been some people that have been maybe battling some legal issues in the U.S. There's been people getting sued. It's been a real ugly scene. But they were one of the biggest trending coins in 2017. Lending platforms in general were that was kind of the name of the of what was happening in 2017. So I think that the market's going to shift a little bit. You're seeing more proof of stake projects coming in. You're seeing more kind of non-lending based platforms that are emerging, but there's also kind of hearing some rumors that those there may be potential for those to be not as trustworthy as well. And so what I'm trying to do is trying to find the best projects for people to invest in with some confidence, and that's why I am really preaching diversification and getting into a lot of different exchanges, a lot of different projects and coins. They did have a solid exchange in BCC. BCX should have a good backbone system-wise. The technology seemed to be there. It seemed like, in terms of the platform, the functionality, like it seemed to not be, too buggy. Like they seemed to, kind of know what was going on. But, again, like I don't think anyone really knows, what was going on behind the scenes, and it's hard to say. Like I got involved with it, but I wasn't. I had all the indications that I had. It seemed to have some potential to be a good project, and so I'm still trying to get a little more information. For decentralized exchange, Abra sounds pretty good based on Litecoin. Okay, I'll have to take a look into that. Have you looked into XP? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. $42 million market cap. Again, kind of peaking in that early January timeframe, has really come down in price after that. Let's take a look at where it's trading. Coin Exchange, CoinBridge, really the two that I recognize here. Some of these other ones are very, very small exchanges. But I'm just getting into CoinBridge a little bit, so I've got a little bit of coin in CoinBridge. It's one that is desktop-based, decentralized exchange platform that seems to be run on users' computers. It seems like an interesting project to look at. But Coin Exchange, there's not a whole lot of trading going on. I think that is one of the you can see right here, like 68% and 27%. So the combination here is like 97, 96% of the total volume is in one exchange. And for me, that's a red flag. Let's take a look at their website. You can see a little bit here. So they're, advertising that they're trading in a bunch of different exchanges, but we're not really seeing a whole lot of trading other than Coin Exchange. So that's kind of where I'm seeing things. Let's take a look at HEXX. How's the Clover coin coming? Well, it's going to be a project. I'm going to need to look at partnering with some people and getting some more info on that. It's going to be kind of a long-term thing, but yeah, I'm still interested in kind of doing it. This one, not even a million in market cap. Let's take a look. It's trading in Cryptopia and Yobit, so two decent small market exchanges, but most of that is in Cryptopia. But yeah, again, you can see 99.6% in one exchange. And so not enough in terms of, it's just, These ones, like they're like penny stocks in a way. So you're not. It's you know, it's risky. So if you're gonna invest in some of these, I would only recommend putting in a little bit. But kind of a sleek website. I like the look. I like the iconography. I like the look of the website. So, but yeah, I don't know enough about it really to talk about it too much. The Bitcoin crash has wiped out all the lending platforms. That might have something to do with it. You know, maybe we'll see some different action once we see Bitcoin maybe get up over 12, 15,000. Maybe we'll see some activity come back, but right now things have kind of been quiet, and hasn't been great. Hard to be optimistic after the great PCC depression. Yeah, big nickname is ruined. You're alive. Yeah, I gotta check in with you guys a little bit, just to make, give you guys, let you know that I'm still alive and kicking. Honestly, like for me personally, I've been really focusing on health. Like I've been wanting to lose some weight, so I've been running every single morning. Every single morning, I wake up first thing and I run. And I'm doing yoga and some other fitness in the afternoon. I'm gonna do a quick little video. I'll upload it to my channel. I got a little bit of video on I really like the gym that I'm training at. They've got a really cool little setup here. I like it a lot better than in the States. But that's really been my focus, has been my health, been doing some dieting, and really kind of focusing. It seems like every spring, this is kind of something that I kind of get back into a little bit. So that's been my focus here lately, but I'm going to switch gears a little bit and get back into doing a little more crypto. Have you heard of Dropple? Yeah, I've looked into it a little bit. It has a decent market cap. It's got some trading volume. Yeah, I'll have to do something on my scooter. Got into a little bit of a wreck too. That was a trip. I've never been in a head-on collision. We went head-on to head-on like this. I don't know what this bitch was thinking. She came out and came on the wrong side of the road, came right at me, and I didn't really have enough time to react. I was thinking about maybe turning to the side or something like that, but she was like a deer in headlights, and she didn't veer or do anything. So I just hit her. I hit her. I just T-boned her, and she got the worst of that deal, but. Bike's fine. I weren't really going fast enough to do anything, but no, not in a car, motorbike. So Bitcoin at 45% dominance. How much do you recommend? Again, I think the diversification is a good play at this point. Finding good projects and things to get into. You can consolidate in Bitcoin. I think it's a good buy-in price. Anytime that you're seeing at the lower end of the market, or you're seeing it down, it's a good time to pick it up. I'm not necessarily a guy that does a whole lot of analysis on Bitcoin's price. There's a lot of other people that are doing that. I think one of my focuses has been more on the altcoin market, and I see a lot more opportunity in that. Over last year in 2017, the altcoins, there's a lot of projects that performed much better than Bitcoin, and so for me, that's where I see the opportunity, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on. So that's kind of where I see things. But you'll see like some guys, like I saw David Hay did a thing on his his portfolio distribution. It was like half Bitcoin, like a quarter Ethereum, and then like the other quarter was like just a mix of all these different altcoins. And like my portfolio recommendation has almost kind of been like the opposite in a lot of ways, where you know, you're spreading your portfolio out in a lot of different smaller projects. And you know, that's kind of, for me, that's where that's kind of where I'm recommending. That's kind of what I'm focusing on, and getting into a lot of different exchanges. A lot of my crypto is not in cold storage, or it's not really held in online wallets. So it's been more of something where like I've been keeping a lot in hot wallets, and I know that's maybe for some people that might seem a little bit risky. And I think my way to mitigate that risk is to get into a lot of different exchanges. So I'm at about 20 different exchanges. I've got a little bit in each one. You know, and I think that's for me, that's a good play right now. I'm anticipating probably one of those may have a problem where they have a hack, or they have something maybe go wrong, but it hasn't happened in the exchanges that I've been in. I'm typically in exchanges that are at least doing some volume, that have some history. But you know, there's been a few that have had a few problems. What's going on, Adventures in Bitcoin? I don't think I'm going to be getting a car here. I think if I got a car, I'd be at risk of killing somebody, because it's the roads are crazy here. They there's not a whole lot of rules with the roads here. There's a lot of motorbike traffic. It's mainly like 90% motorbike traffic. The cars are kind of secondary, and I'm a little bit of an aggressive driver where I might run into some problems. Plus, cars here, there's a huge, like a $40,000 car is, you know, you're going to be paying about $100,000 for a $40,000 car here. It's, I would say, a bigger luxury in Vietnam. But I do think I want to get a little bit of a bigger bike. So they've got a lot of motorbikes at about 100 to 150 cc, and a smaller motorbikes, and then you know, like a typical motorcycle, like a 500 cc to 1,000 cc. I think I'm going to be going that route at some point, but right now I'm just kind of getting used to the roads, and I've got my bikes, and you can see, like, I mean, I got into a little bit of a wreck. I didn't really consider it my fault, but if I had had, you know, a nice brand new bike or something, I might have messed it up. So, but I think it's a little bit safer to be on a little bit of a bigger bike. Big news today was the South Korea trade deal, where they doubled the U.S. auto exports to South Korea. Who could afford American cars there? All right, guys. I'm going to keep these streams roughly about 30 minutes or so. So I think I'm going to call that stream. I'll get on tomorrow. And if you guys have some things you want me to kind of look at, or you want me to talk about, leave them in the comment section below. I'll take a look into it. And other than that, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.